and restore common sense and equal treatment under the law. As the individuals charged with writing D.C. laws, signing D.C. laws, and enforcing D.C.'s laws, we have some questions for you on the meanings of some of the curious terms we have found in the D.C. Code. My first question for Mayor Bowser, it's yes or no. The D.C. Code makes numerous references to, quote, structural or institutional racism.
Hey folks, welcome back to Unshaken Liberty, where truth still means something, common sense still matters, and America still stands for freedom. I'm your host, Michael, and today, we've got a fiery one. Congresswoman Nancy Mace from South Carolina just absolutely tore into D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser during congressional hearing, and honestly, it was about time someone did.
All right, Chair recognizes Ms. Mace from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. The government of the District of Columbia, under the leadership sitting in front of us today, has become a poster child for DEI and gender madness. This has led to government. Mr. Chairman, this is not a concert. This audience can just settle down.
Stop the clock, and the gentlelady's right. Under the rules of the House, the chairman is responsible for maintaining order and preserving decorum in the committee room. I expect audience members to be respectful of the committee, so
I'd like to reclaim my time, too.
You reclaim it, absolutely. Ms.
This has led to government-sanctioned racial discrimination and the erasure of women. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 provides Congress plenary authority over the District of Columbia. Using this authority today, I'll be introducing the No DEI in D.C. Act. This bill will rip the DEI and gender bender nonsense out of the D.C. government root and branch, and restore common sense and equal treatment under the law. As the individuals charged with writing D.C. laws, signing D.C. laws, and enforcing D.C.'s laws, we have some questions for you on the meanings of some of the curious terms we have found in the D.C. Code. My first question for Mayor Bowser, it's yes or no. The D.C. Code makes numerous references to, quote, structural or institutional racism. Do you believe the D.C. government is structurally or institutionally racist? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is D.C. government racist, institutionally racist? Yes or no? All right, you can't answer the question. So my next question for Mayor Bowser, since you're going to sit there and placate or just be quiet, in Section 7-1234.02 of D.C. Code, you use the phrase child welfare involved birthing people. Child welfare involved birthing people. Can you explain to me what this means?
I'm not that familiar with that part of the code.
Okay, and so you don't know. In Section 7-1234.02 of D.C. Code, you use the phrase justice involved incarcerated and homeless birthing people and their non-birthing partners. Can you explain to this committee what that means?
Again, I would have to see the whole section.
You don't know. You're literally the mayor of D.C. and you don't know your own code of laws.
Well, I don't know.
All right,
them
one thing we
verbatim.
noticed the D.C. Code struggles to define is the term woman. So Mayor Bowser, what is a woman?
I'm a woman. Are you a woman?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I'm a woman. You're looking at one.
Okay, good. You actually, in Section 3-703 of the D.C. Code, you use the phrase, the intersectionality of gender and race to create unique dynamics and effects. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
Where is that, ma'am?
Section 3-703 of the D.C. Code. Do you know what that means? No, you don't know what that means. So Chapter 14D of the D.C. Code establishes the commission.
Chairman, I'm happy to answer questions.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to reclaim my time. This is not her time, it's my time. You can be quiet as I ask you questions, and then you can answer them. And then you can answer them. I'm not, Mr. Chairman, this is my time, not hers. I'd like to reclaim my time.
Let's make good use of the time, Ms. Mace.
I'm making very good use of my time. And you're making my point. You're the mayor of D.C., and you don't even know your own code of laws. What is a birthing person?
I would assume it's someone who gives birth.
All right. Why don't you use, are these women? Are these moms? Do you think it's appropriate to call them birthing person? Can a man birth a person?
Well, that's what I would call it, but I don't write all the laws, and I'm not familiar with every section.
Can men get pregnant?
No.
Can men become women?
Can a man become a woman?
Yeah. Can a man become a woman?
Miss
yes
Mace,
or no? Can a man become a woman? Yes or no?
Miss Mace, I'm not here to talk about that. Okay, my next question, Chapter
14D of the D.C. Code establishes the Commission on Reparations. and a reparations fund to provide eligible African Americans monetary reparations or other forms of redress. Is it the position of D.C. government benefits should be provided to individuals on the basis of race?
I believe that the legislation requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you, is it the position of the D.C. government that government benefits should be provided on the basis of race?
If you're
is the
referring to
question.
that legislation, I believe it requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Do you believe that government benefits should be given out on the basis of race? That is the question. This is the third time I'm asking.
We have any number of benefits programs, and eligibility is
Okay.
established.
You're not answering any of these
per program.
questions. I'll give it to you. You're slick. In Section 2-1383 of the D.C. Code, you use the phrase social value of the LGBTQ community business economy to the district. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
It means that LGBT businesses provide economic benefit to the district's economy.
Do you think all businesses provide economic benefit to the D.C. economy?
They should, or they would be out of business.
Yeah, of course. All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you. Chair recognizes.
So here's what went down. Nancy Mace confronted the D.C. leadership about how the city's laws are filled with woke, DEI-driven nonsense, stuff like birthing people, intersectionality, and institutional racism. Yeah, birthing people. Apparently, women isn't inclusive enough for the D.C. government anymore. You know what's wild? Mayor Bowser couldn't even explain half the terms in her own city's code. Mace asked her, straight up, what is a woman? And Bowser says, I'm a woman. Well, congratulations. You got that one right. But then why is your city calling mothers birthing people in official law? Why can't your administration even define what a woman is without tiptoeing around political correctness? This is the exact kind of ideological rut that's taken hold in blue-run cities. They are more focused on checking identity boxes and actually fixing real problems, like crime, homelessness, or the cost of living. And here's the part that really got me. Mace brought up that D.C. has a commission on reparations and asked Bowser if government benefits should be handed out based on race. Did she answer? Nope. She dodged it over and over, hiding behind bureaucratic language like the bill only authorizes a study. That's a political version of saying, we're testing the waters to see how far we can push this. Let's be clear, government benefits should never be determined by race. That's not equality, that's division. That's not justice, that's favoritism. Nancy Mace said she's introducing the No DEI in D.C. Act. And you know what? Good. About time someone took a stand against this taxpayer-funded social engineering project. Diversity isn't bad. Inclusion isn't bad. But when it becomes a government religion that replaces merit, accountability, and truth, that's when it becomes dangerous. This DEI obsession is not about unity. It's about control. It's about forcing Americans to think in group identities instead of as individuals, the very opposite of what our Constitution stands for. Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, should represent freedom, not confusion. We shouldn't have to debate whether men can give birth or whether benefits should depend on skin color. We should be asking, how do we make the city safer? How do we make America stronger? That's what real leadership looks like. So to Congresswoman Nancy Mace, thank you for standing up for common sense. And to Mayor Bowser, maybe it's time to read your own city code before showing up to a congressional hearing. Folks, this is why we do what we do here on Unshaken Liberty. Because freedom is fragile and truth needs offenders. If you believe America deserves leaders who stand on principle, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Michael. Stay strong, stay free, and stay unshaken.